Chapter 7, Inflation. In this video, we're going to talk about how to correct prices for inflation. Remember, over long periods of time, prices go up, and that makes it hard to figure out if something was more expensive or cheaper over time because the value of the dollar was different in the past than it is today. So, inflation allows us to calculate or take out inflation and therefore compare dollar figures from different times. Because it's really hard to calculate the price of a house 50 years ago and compare it to the price of a house today, because the dollar's purchasing power was different 50 years ago, and incomes were different, and the amount available in the market was different. So, if you know the CPIs of the 2 years of the prices you're trying to calculate, then you can adjust the figures for inflation to better compare the true real value of those products. So here's an example. We're going to use the price of gasoline in this example. So if a price of unleaded gas in March of 1981 was $1.42 a gallon. Now that seems pretty low. The CPI of that year was 88.5. In August 2005, the price of a gallon of gasoline was $2.50. So, on face value, it looks like obviously the price in August of 2005 was $2.50. But the CPI of that year was 196.4. So the general level of prices was much higher in 2005 than 1981. So, how much of this is a real price increase just because of inflation? And comparatively, was gas expensive during 1981 or more expensive during 2005? Well, I'm going to show you how to adjust these. So, to compare these figures, we're going to use the two CPI figures to the right to express the 1981 gas price using the value of the dollar in 2005. We call that the 2005 dollars. So we're basically going to adjust the older price into the newer price value. To do that, we use this equation. We're going to take the old price, which is the $1.42 a gallon, and we're going to multiply it by a ratio of the newer CPI over the older CPI. And that will transfer the $1.42 into what it would have cost if that gallon of gas was purchased in 2005. So if we do that, we find out that in March of 1981, gas would have been $3.15 in 2005 because prices were so much more expensive in 2005. So, therefore, after adjusting for inflation, gas was more expensive in 1981 than it was in 2005.